Hey everybody, my name's Ajene. My channel's name is Life with Ajene, and I also have a YouTube channel called Life with Ajene. I'm going to be starting a series that is dedicated to philosophy. A little bit of background. So I actually have my master's degree in philosophy, and I specialize in bioethics, sociopolitical philosophy, and specifically in that area, women and gender studies, critical race theory, environmental philosophy. And all of that's aimed at looking at how we can do active work to protect Black bodies. It all comes together. I'll explain that later. But I wanted to get started with giving a basic introduction to some of the things that I plan to talk about. So particularly right now for February, it's Black History Month, and something that often gets overlooked are Black philosophers. So first thing I want to talk about are some Black philosophers that you may not have heard of, or Black philosophers that you may have heard of, very common names, but you may have not recognized that they were philosophers or doing philosophy. So part of the work that I'm going to be doing is exposure with that. I'm also going to be going over some other relevant themes and topics in philosophy that are related to different things that impact us as society and deal with equity, inequity, and things of that nature. So, welcome. I hope you're going to enjoy the journey with me. And to get started today, I just want to talk about the four main branches of philosophy. So we have epistemology, metaphysics, ethics, and logic. So epistemology is the study of knowledge. And basically anything in which you're questioning knowledge, what is knowledge, what constitutes knowledge, talking about how do you know things, what does it mean to know? Those are all questions in the realm of epistemology. How to produce knowledge, right? Anything around knowledge, that's epistemology. Might seem like that's a whole branch, but there's just so much you can do in that area. And it can overlap with other areas of philosophy. Second thing I want to talk about is metaphysics. Metaphysics is a bunch of different things, but I would say that the most basic way to describe metaphysics would be the study of what is. Specifically, that's more ontology, but usually metaphysics just talks about like states of nature, what is, things related to reality, and things of that nature. We'll keep it simple for that one right now. It's really fun though. And the next thing I'll talk about, ethics. Ethics is probably the most common branch of philosophy, honestly, that's associated with philosophy. And it's just talking about good versus bad, right versus wrong. And that last branch, logic, I won't be doing too much logic here because when we talk about logic in philosophy, it's often formal logic, which is like math with words. You can do all these different formulas around people's arguments to test whether or not they're actually consistent, whether or not they're actually true based on how they set things up in their argument. And actually, it's a really fun area of philosophy. I might get into that a little bit here and there because I love math, I love words, and I love logic, formal logic, sentential logic. But I think for accessibility purposes, unless y'all tell me, hey, let's get into the logic stuff, I'm just going to stick to probably those other three areas because that's a lot of where the sociopolitical stuff comes into context. And so that'll be, again, epistemology, metaphysics, ethics. So I'm hoping that this is going to be fun times for you all learning about philosophy. I also am excited because there's not nearly enough Black representation in philosophy. And I even looked through like Hillman talk a little bit, and I didn't really see philosophy all that much. I'm going to look a little bit harder. I haven't looked all that hard right now, I will say that. But I'm a Black philosopher. I will represent and I will be acknowledging things that are relevant to Blackness in philosophy. Welcome. See ya.